Shalom, Israel. Shalom. This is the brother Quatazir Hawa back at it with another lesson. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to you brothers out there laboring in this truth and faith and sincerity. Shalom to the families out there, the men, women, and little ones who are watching, waiting, praying on Yahweh Shai's second return. Peace and blessings to the house of David, the hopeful elect. All right, Abarat is our Father will. This be an edifying lesson. I'm going to try to make it quick, straight to the point. Quick lunchtime lesson at the plantation. All right, so the article reads, Blackout fears erupt as 17 U.S. states are placed under power emergency. Blackout fears are growing for 20 million Americans as extreme heat pushes the power grid toward its limit. The U.S. Department of Energy, DOE, on Sunday authorized the operator serving parts of 17 states to activate idle power sources in an effort to keep the lights on. The move allows backup plants that are normally switched off to generate extra electricity if surge of demand threatens to overwhelm the grid. The emergency order covers Arizona, Arkansas, Colorado, Iowa, Kansas, Louisiana, Minnesota, Missouri, and Montana. It also includes Nebraska, New Mexico, North Dakota, Oklahoma, South Dakota, Texas, Utah, and Wyoming. The move gives Southwest Power Pool, SPP, which oversees the central U.S. grid, permission to deploy backup generators if electricity supplies become strained. The order will remain in effect August 3rd to mitigate the risk of blackouts. Meteorologists have blamed the brutal conditions on another heat dome, which traps hot air over a region and causes temperatures to climb for days. Yeah, so not only is it about to get hella hot, right, but this could lead to rolling blackouts, okay? And like we constantly bring out, there's coming a time soon, when all the lights gonna go out. And it ain't no damn backup generator this, backup generator that. Like, there's coming a time where Babylon is going to be one big-ass haunted house, all right? You're going to have evil angels out there with the spirit of Michael Myers, Freddy, Jason, Ghostface from the movie Scream, Candyman, Jeepers Creepers, right? Cannibalism. Who else is it? Chucky, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Lord Leatherface, right? It, okay? You're going to have spirits roaming around Babylon, or people roaming around Babylon with those spirits on them, man. Okay? The elder Ariah just did, he just did a lesson. I'm still like in the middle of watching it while I'm at work. But he just did a lesson. Salakia. Show signs and wonders or something to that degree, where the thumbnail is like a sea creature sticking his head out the water and shit. In that compilation of videos that he put together, there was one cat dressed like Michael Myers just walking on the beach. You know what I'm saying? And I immediately got to thinking about how, that spirit is going, them spirits are going to be on people running rampant, But back to the point of this, Yahweh Shai is going to cut the lights out on this place, man. And I don't want this to just be some rant. I'm about to pull out several scriptures, all right? Because we're coming into a time of tribulation, persecution, right? This is why we need to be praying to Yahweh Shai for mercy and forgiveness and for endurance to be able to endure these times that's coming, all right? We got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, if you will, This is Matthew 24:21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, right? And so we living in them times right now, okay? For the sake of the hopeful elect, you know, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is making no tarrying, okay? Tarry means to wait. So these prophecies ain't waiting. Yahweh Shem Yahushua ain't waiting, all right? Yeah, that like the scriptures say, beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And there won't be a time like this ever again. You know, let's get that in Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book of life, right? And those found in the book of written in the book of life are the hopeful elect, all right? And they shall, and the hopeful elect shall be delivered, you know. This 2 Timothy 3:1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, okay? And that's where we at with it. Perilous fucking times, you know. The winter of this, the coming winter of this year is likely to be, you know, record low cold temperature, right? The summer right now, we just read it in an article, it's getting even hotter, all right? So you can only imagine what it's going to be like for a lot of people out here, man. You know, when the lights go out, the water stop running, there ain't no liquor stores to go to, no gas stations, no grocery stores, no McDonald's, no none of that. When food becomes super, super scarce and that famine hit, you're gonna have people out here eating each other, man. Eating their own young. You know? Salakia. This is the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 5 and verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. See? Make no tarrying, man, meaning don't wait, don't put it off. Turn to the Lord right now while you can. You know, while he's reaching out to you, while you're hearing the words from our elder apostles of GMS on down, while you're hearing these words, turn to the Lord while you can. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. What day is that? The day of the Lord. Jeremiah 30:7. Right? For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord, who the world ignorantly calls JC, right? His name is Yahweh Shai. His wrath is going to come forth. All right? And in their security they shall be destroyed. This is the book of Luke 21 and 34. And take heed to yourselves, lest any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. You see? This is why we must walk circumspectly, redeeming the times. Okay? Like the scriptures say, no man knoweth the hour or day that Yahweh Shai is coming back. But the last thing you want is is for that day to come upon you unawares. You know, the scriptures say Yahweh Shai coming like a thief in the night. You know, This is Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. Right? So that's the time we in, man. We're in a time of great evil. Yes, the war and the pestilence, but I'm right now I'm speaking specifically about when the lights go out, and all hell break loose. There's gonna be nothing but pure evils. Scriptures say they shall be like madmen, sparing none. I didn't want to make this long. Salakia, forgive me. I'm gonna get one more scripture. Salakia, bear with me. This second Ezra, chapter 14 and verse 16. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. For the time is fled far away, and leasing is hard at hand, for now hasteth the vision to come which thou hast seen. Okay, and we have seen this vision presented to us through these scriptures. Okay, the vision itself was presented to Ezra, the prophet Ezra, who then wrote this down for us to see now. See? For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. And apply that to right now. Right? We've all seen many great evils on this earth, from, people being deleted and unalived, people deleting themselves, animals deleting people, people getting burnt alive, being deleted, sitting in a hot car, children, babies, right? But it's going to get worse before it get even fucking worse than that. Yeah, man. We could get some more scriptures, but that's the point on that. I'm finna go clock back in. Abarat our Father will. This was edifying to the hopeful elect. I pray that it was. With that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. Shalom.